Hey, I'm gonna make this super quick. Um, I probably look really different to you. I've stopped taking hormones for the last 6 months now, and I lost a tooth, and it's one right there. I haven't been able to go to the dentist because the world's gone crazy. But I just got done having a absurd amount of tears rolling down my face, and argued with my parents, or my mom and my sister, and I was going through my old files on the computer, and I found a bunch of like really old pictures and how much I've changed and how much the world and my environment has changed. Guys, when is enough suffering? Enough suffering. When is it enough for you to say that you've had enough? That no amount of further suffering is going to make you or your family or your surroundings or your world better. That thousands and thousands of years of being a victim under the foot of yourself and others has gotten you nowhere. One virus, one flu, one politician, one city, one whatever, one after another. The same old story, the same pattern, so much so the same that they have graphs analyzing it. The same story, the same pattern, the same physiology, the same Kabbalistic tree of life, all of it the same battle between black and white, good and evil. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. And do you have any idea the amount of stress going through your body? I have to purposefully not tune into the world, because when I do, even just speaking to my mom, it's like talking to somebody that's 2 years old and terrified. Nothing I'm saying, nothing I'm doing seems to be making any difference to these people. Nothing. So I'm asking you, yourself, the entire collective, 100th monkey effect, will you please stop fearing? The world's changing and it's going to keep changing. It's been changing for longer than you've been alive. There's so much stuff going on in astrology. There's so many things going on energetically. There's an entire spiritual war going on. And you guys are sitting there, most of you or some of you, thinking that this will just blow over. It's not gonna. This is when you need to change. This is when you need to upgrade. The stuff that's going on. Do you really want to go back to the arguments and the politics you were dealing with 2 weeks ago? Do you really want to go another 2 weeks doing this? Do you really want to keep breaking hearts and leaving people behind, or thinking that it's all going to be better, or it's you? When are you going to stop feeding fear and instead do something productive? Help your neighbor. Do something kind. Call a friend. Make peace. I've been telling you guys for so long about entities. People before me have been telling you about this. Yet most of you seem to think that it's just some kind of a fairy tale. But you believe that the devil exists or that there's darkness in the world, but you somehow manage to forget that there's the counterbalance to that. For every dark spot, it's 2/3 light. Do you remember that? 2/3 light. Why are you focusing on that one dark when there's 2/3 light? Because you have to see what's wrong to fix it, right? Okay, you've seen what's wrong. You know what's wrong. You're what's wrong. your thoughts, your collective consciousness, and the amount of responsibility you have put on a governmental system, on a city system, on sewers, on pipes, on warehouses, on grocery stores, on everything else. And all this time, you could have been like, we could be building homesteads, we could be building villages and growing flowers instead of grass, growing vegetables instead of grass and pointless bushes that have no fruits on them. Why don't you plant a blueberry bush instead? Why don't you, instead of all that grass, why don't you plant some chives and strawberries? Why don't you plant some raspberries? Instead of all these trees that are just fruitless, why don't you put some apple trees and orange trees everywhere? Fill the streets with cherry trees. You're in a cold climate, grow some freaking pomegranates. I'm tired of this. I was married, I had a beautiful life, and all of that got messed up by these things, by the 1/3 dark. Through manipulation, through entities, through coercion, through choices, through alcohol, through everything else, through drugs. It was horrible. I lost everything. It's taken me 3 years to just be able to look at myself and not hate what I've become or what I did or what was done to me. Just today, I finally realized how much I actually like myself from all these years, because I'm just sitting here going, what am I supposed to do? And I realized I'm supposed to be taking care of me. Because of all the things I've been through and everything else I've experienced. And I still want to help people, but I can't. Not until I can actually stand on my own 2 feet and carry my own weight. Self-sufficient. You can't be self-sufficient if you're relying or freaking out over toilet paper and waiting for pins and needles to be injected into you to tell you that you're going to be safe. Like, come on. Do what you will. It's your life. It's your path. It's, everybody has this choice thing. But there doesn't have to be fear with it. There doesn't have to be nastiness involved in it. When is it going to be enough fear for you to finally choose love? When? When is it going to be time for you to be humble and kind? When is it going to be time for you to monitor your thoughts? When is it going to be time for you to know what you feel, how you feel? To ask someone else, how are you? And actually look at them and wait for an answer. When are you going to learn about plants and what their medicinal properties are? When are you going to learn about the scientific facts about energy, vibration, frequencies, entities, parasites, viruses? When are you going to learn the science behind it? How much longer are you going to rely on something outside of yourself to tell you what you need to know? They are here to help, no matter what it looks like. But if you're not going to become a conscious inhabitant of your own body and this planet, choices will be made for you. You know this. If you don't take responsibility for your life, responsibility will be taken for you. If you don't hold yourself accountable, you will be held accountable by someone else. We're all in this together, and if you're not carrying your weight, somebody else has to. And we should all help each other, but not through victimization and fear. Okay? Look at how much I've cried. Not just today. I have been continuously in tears for 3 years, ever since I lost my partner. He disappeared right in front of my face. He was there, and then it was like somebody flipped the switch, and then he wasn't there anymore. He wasn't in his body. It was someone else. Something else. Lost a house, lost my 4 cats, and everything that I held dear for 40 years, gone. Now I've been, or 36 years. Now I'm like in this apartment doing everything by myself again. And if only he was around. When is it going to be enough for you? When are you going to stop putting the weight on all of us? I'm here to help, but I can't help if you're cowering in fear. I can't choose for you, and no one's coming to save you because they're all here trying to help with you. So if you're not going to help, then you're choosing to be a victim. And how can you help? Just be kind. This isn't a war or battle in this world. This world is the symptom, the side effect of what's actually happening. What's happening is outside of this world, because what you see is only 1%. What's going on is 99% of the rest. The people manipulating are 0.001%. But the rest of you are 99.999% the rest of it. You've been focusing on fear, feeding the fear. Now the fear is kicking your ass. What are you going to do now? Continue to fear and make the monster bigger? Or realize that you created this monster because you were lazy and procrastinated for generations? You didn't want to grow your own crops. You didn't want to make your own paper towels. You didn't want to use rags. You didn't want to grow potatoes. You didn't want to have a homestead. You didn't want to raise chickens. You didn't want to slaughter the chickens yourself. You didn't want to gather eggs. You didn't want to live away from modern conveniences. You didn't want to have a compost toilet. You didn't want to have a well or a stream for water. You didn't want to learn any of these things. Any of them. You relied on a broken system. And now the system is gone. It's like slowly being dismantled so a new one can take its place. Are you going to continue this pattern of negativity and fear, or are you going to bring a better system in place by actually voicing what you want, what you intend, what you would dream for this world? Now's the time. You can cower in fear with the rest of them. I mean, they're all out there or in here. Go for it. But when things happen and you open your front door and the world's changed and you're walking out, and free or whatever, what world are you going to go into? One that's controlling you and destroying you and telling you what you can and can't do? Or one that's completely new and befitting and worthy to be called the first age, the first moments of the age of Aquarius? Which one? Are you going to move into this era, this new world, whatever, with, chains on your hand? Or are you going to go in there like a leader, like a family? Because that system isn't going to last either. That too shall pass. And after that, another one will come, and that too will pass. But you're eternal. So you can waste your existence as much as you want. But don't drag my family down into it with you. Don't drag me down into it. Do not drag the birds or the plants or anything with you. Your choices are your own. Now they're affecting us. So you have to look at your choices. Because you're going to bring everybody else down with you if you don't. We all go together. No one gets left behind. And fear is supposed to be your fuel, not your master. It's enough fear. I've cried enough. I have shed enough tears over loved ones and lost loved ones and people who just don't give a fuck about me. I have cried enough over being self-conscious and poor and sick and having teeth issues and having health issues and having forehead lines and insecurities and gender issues, and I'm fucking tired of all of it. I have spent my entire life from country to country, from school to school, from house to house, every single year since 1980. I have never had a stable home for more than 2 years, at most. And then that home was taken from me by the man who bought me that home. He took everything and locked me out of my own house with him because of his mom. And all the mistakes and all the interferences and manipulations and everything else in between. You all have your own stories. Is this how you want to end them? Drained, tired, alone, confused, broken, victimized and pummeled into the ground until submission? Or what? Your choice. All I'm asking you to do, all I'm asking you, stop feeding the fear. Just stop. Yes, it's scary. Yes, there's panic. Yes, there's this and that and that. What are you doing about it? If all you can tend to is your own garden, the garden of your own heart and soul and your emotions, what are you sowing in that garden? I'm hoping the next time I talk to you face to face, it's going to be better than this. After everything I've been through, which you know nothing about, not even what I've told you is even 1% of what I've been through. I don't care what you've been through. If I can get through what I've been through, so can you. I don't want to hear it. I don't want your stories. I don't want your pity party. I don't want your negativity. I don't want your sorrow. I don't want your pain. I don't want any of it. What I want is to see you smile and happy in a healthy world. What I want is to see you planting trees and bushes and flowers and taking the garbage out of the street. What I want to see is you hugging somebody even if you think you're afraid of getting sick. You have an immune system for a reason. It strengthens after you encounter something. It's been like this for however long you think humans have existed. Look at the science of your body. Your thoughts boost your immune system or they lower it. Your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts shape what you are. Your thoughts are connected to the people doing this to you. If you're afraid of it, they sense that fear and they bring it to you. Sharks. The world is your mirror. You're not running from anything but yourself. And I'm tired of seeing you cry looking at yourself. So do me a favor. The next time you decide to respond with something in fear or panic or anger or hatred, remember the words in all of your holy books. In all of the moments of suffering that your species, our species, has gone through, what's been the lesson in all of it? Be kind to your neighbor. Be honest. Take care of your family. Be true to yourself. Know thyself. Take care of the planet. Don't hate. Don't feel anger. Do not go below the emotional spectrum of boredom. There is a battle if you believe the devil exists. Why the fuck wouldn't you believe that Source exists? If you believe there's Luciferian things and black cabals and this and this and that, why wouldn't you comprehend that there is the opposite side too? Everything has an opposite and everything has a balancing point. And with higher intelligence, they're all the same. Fire and water are the same. It's just a different density. Evil and good are the same. It's just how you're looking at it. With what level of intelligence and compassion and empathy are you looking at the actions? Horrible things have been done due to lack of empathy and intelligence. Horrible. And I'm not dealing with it anymore. So, The world needs a hug more than I do. Just take care of yourself, please. And please, turn off the fucking TV. If you see someone freaking out, calm them down. Go outside and just sit in your yard. Oh my God. Do you have colored pencils? Can you draw? Can you draw what you're feeling out and then burn it? Like just let it, bury it or something? Wash it away underwater? Can you do something to get the fear out of you and like do something better with it? Like go have sex, go eat something, go draw something, go create something, go take some dishes and break them in your garbage container or something. I don't know. Do something to get the tension out of you, and then breathe, and then move forward with grace. It's really not that difficult. It really isn't. You simply have to say, enough is enough. And then do something about it kindly, with kindness, with humbleness, with humility. The society seems to know so much about how the darkness works and how, you know, the fallen ones work and how the archons do this or that and how demons do this and angels do that and all this stuff, right? What you don't realize is they're all in the same house that you can't see. They're all together. They're all working together to get you to evolve. Because with a higher form of intelligence, just like your parents, they used fear to get you to do what you needed to do so that you could learn a lesson. So your parent, your cosmic divine parent, and your family that's cosmic and divine and sacred and holy, this is all the, like, those strings being messed with. Because you've been lazy. And you've allowed the world to go to shit. Because you thought somebody's gonna come and help you save it. No. No more cleaning up your messes. No more. You want to believe lies? Go for it. You have discernment. You should know how to use it by now. You want to cower in fear? Go for it. Some people love fear energy. You can go and feed them. You want to give your power to someone else? Go for it. I'm sure somebody will take it and obliterate you with it and make you, you know, regret the day you ever decided to be powerless. That way you'll never give your power away again. That way you'll learn how to manipulate energy and utilize your own energy. That way you'll learn your emotions are powerful and you should control them. That way you'll learn to control your thoughts, because if you won't control your mind, someone else is gonna. That's how I lost my partner and my home and everything I knew, including my own self. Influence from external sources that had me confused for so long. Fractured, shattered, fragmented. You know what I'm talking about. Finally found me. Maybe a little too late, or maybe just in time. Enough is enough. Be kind. There are 10 things written for you to do in times like this a long time ago. As I'm sure over the thousands and thousands of years you have learned by yourself what to do and what not to do. Are you going to put it to work? Or do you think people are going to come and help you? You're the people that are here to help you. And you're living probably in a holographic universe, or that's also another disinformation thing. So, your choice. You can either choose to constantly chase the next rabbit hole, or put your feet down and say, I've had enough. I'm going to establish a better foundation for my life, one that is built on love instead of fear. I'm gonna go. Please please, if you have ears to hear and a heart that's open or opening, or eyes to see,